fish dig into the research, dig into what they can see, it's actually alarming. It's like they see more colors than we do. The water acts as a lens in such a way, and their depth in the water where, you know, they basically see out of a window in the surface of the water. And if you are in a stream or a river, they're going to be closer to the surface, which means the angle which they can see out is, I mean, it doesn't work in your favor. They can see at an angle that goes all the way to shore if they're high enough in the water, right? So Sims wanted to do river camo, and river camo was really great. A great experience. We worked really hard, optimized it for that Rocky Mountain fly fishing environment. And then Sims came back and said, hey, we really want to open this up to more environments, and maybe not necessarily river trout and trout in general, right? So how can we take this idea, this design language, all the technology that you have built into river camo, and how can we widen the scope? I got to research more into, it's like, how different are these species of fish in terms of what they can see, colors, you know, what do they perceive? What's the data science? Like, what does that show us? And how can we use that from a design language, right? River camo is very specific, and Riparian is, I wouldn't say it's less specific, but it's more broad in terms of what it can do. You see a lot more olives and tans and browns, and the way that the pattern itself moves is truly derived from the way that water is going to refract, and like the surface turbulence of the water is going to distort. So it's designed to kind of play to that sense of the water being a lens as well. So we wanted to open up Riparian to almost like you get closer to the pattern, right? So it gives you a little bit more versatility, well, a lot of bit more versatility in terms of the environment that you can go into. From looking at the design, you can see that a lot of the shapes of like river stone, rock, wet surfaces, that's all really included in the design, but it also really starts to transfer into, you know, the foliage in the surrounding areas, right? There's a lot of that that's included too, and you know, I can't get that inspiration sitting behind a computer screen. There's no way. It doesn't magically trickle through the ether onto my screen and into my brain. I have to get outside into nature, and that's where I see these connections and see these visual elements that I want to use. And I know because I put it in there, you might not necessarily see it exactly when you're looking at it, but it's definitely in there, and the way that it uses color to emphasize certain parts there. I mean, the inspiration was really going to streams like you see around here in North Carolina and looking at other watery environments that people are going to want to wear awesome sim stuff and have a camo pattern that's going to work for them. How do we use those visual features, you know? And so you'll see when you're in you know, some of the areas here in North Carolina, it's like, that looks like Riparian right there.